Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are well. I recorded this video last night and it was way too long. And so I'm recording it again. I'm taking a look at GBPUSD again. Last week, I was a bit early in a buy opportunity. And so I want to show you guys my perspective on it now. And so when I didn't see UJ or GU moving the direction that I thought it should, I took advantage of GBP buy opportunity, and then also a buy opportunity on GBP Off of GBP I was able to collect about 100 pips, and then off of GBP odd, that was about 189. I believe there was more in the move, but I got in a little bit late, and so I wasn't able to get the full move, but I was able to capitalize off the opportunity. So I want to take a look at GBPUSD. The question often comes up, how often do you clear your charts? So I clear my charts when either a trade plays out or I'm stopped out. So although I never entered GBPUSD, I need to start fresh. I need a fresh look at what's going on because the analysis was off. So I am going to do that. And I'm going to do a multiple time frame analysis. And so I start out on the monthly chart and I go in, I identify my highs and my lows. High, low, if you don't know what it is, I definitely recommend that you go to the mini course. It's no cost so that you can understand what I'm speaking of and why I am looking at these levels. I want to keep this video as short as possible. I know they can tend to get a little lengthy, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you are new to the channel, my name is Kaci Jackson. I'm a registered commodity trading advisor with the National Futures Association. And I try to put out videos weekly on me analyzing the market from a technical perspective. And so that's what I do. So I'm going to look at GBPUSD all the way through. We're going to mark it up all the way through, see if there's a setup, and then how we can capitalize on that. Now, I've looked at the monthly chart. I've identified my monthly levels, and so I'm ready to move down. But I just want y'all to understand, because some people ask, why don't you go all the way, through the whole chart? Well, each candle in this chart represents a month. And so it would take a long time for certain moves to play out. And so I'm looking at what's relative to price right now. And I've done that. Now I am using Smart Trader. And so I'm able to go in and I'm able to kind of double check my work. And I missed a level. Moving too fast, walking and talking. I'm able to go in and check my levels. I know some people like to use this off the bat in order to identify levels of support and resistance, but I am of the mindset that you should know how to do it manually, just in case something happens. Like last week, Smart Trader was down for a day or two, and my group and I, we were going to TradingView. It's much more work, but it's good exercise for sure in order for you to be able to mark up the chart. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just going through. I'm looking for my highs and my lows on the weekly because I've already done the monthly. Now on this chart, each candle represents a week, and it's a ton of information in it that will give me insight on how I'm going to approach the market. And so after I identify the highs and the lows on each time frame, I just double check, make sure that I've got it before I move down to the next one. And so I missed one level, so I need to grab that. So we are good. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, we're good. So now I'm going to go down to the daily, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to identify my key levels of support and resistance. Now I traded with just support and resistance for a very long time, and it is cool when it's cool, and then at some point price starts to turn and you don't know why. And so I figured out that Fibonacci was my best friend. Fibonacci was going to give me the insight that I needed in order to understand why certain moves were happening in the market and when they would restart. Break and retest all day, that definitely works in a trending market. But to have a deeper understanding, Fibonacci kind of gave me that insight. So I'm gonna double check these levels. Now the platform that I am using is called Smart Trader. I like it a lot. It helps me move through my analysis pretty quickly, and then also just double checks for human error, right? We're human, we messed up. But this program has been designed to take that part out of your analysis. And so what I'm doing now, I'm going down to the 4-hour, and I'm just identifying those highs and the lows that we talked about before. And now I can't count this as a high yet, this over here, because I don't have a full formation. And so let me look left to see if there's another low, and there is. And we got another low here, and one right up under it, right there. All right. All right. So now I only go to the 4-hour. I only go to the 4-hour because I like higher time frame opportunities, meaning they take a while to play out, right? So I lead a very full life, and scalping is not for me. So yes. So I'm going to go down to, now that I've identified my key levels, I want to see where we are in the market. And so I've grabbed my Smart Fib tool, and I've gone back to the higher time frame just to get an overall view of what's going on. And so I see here that we have an unfinished fib sequence. I see we had an A low, B high. We had a shallow pullback, and price rejected strongly off of that weekly level and is pushing down. So for the last 3 months, price has been moving in a downtrend. I would love to see it come back to this 38.2 level or deeper to find support, and then make its way back up to complete at that monthly resistance at 137. But this is a pretty strong level that it would have to break through in order to make that happen. But let's keep moving through the chart. I'm going to get rid of the fib that's on there, and then I'm going to go down to the weekly. Now, you can carry your fibs down. I don't like to. I just like to manually deploy them on each time frame. And so that's what I'm going to do. Click below the last low. And on here, this 38.2 on the monthly translates down to the 50 on the weekly. And so that would put our D extension here right above weekly support at 133,944. So I'm good. Looking at this though on a weekly, it looks like we have a uptrend line break, which would signal that price is on the move to the downside, which we see right here. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to make my way down to the daily. And I'm going to deploy my fib again. Below the last low, this is the active fib. And so this is still in play because it puts us in line with that higher time frame analysis. But now we're in between two weekly resistance levels in order for this daily fib to play out. Now, before those higher time frame moves can happen, the smaller time frame ones have to play out first, right? So on this one, we've got an A low, a B high. And last week when I did the GU video, I recognized that this low candle had not actually touched the 38.2. We were off by like a smidget. So the low on this candle is 1.18017. The 38.2 level is 1.18011, right? So I would love to see price come back and at least touch this one at 1.18011 level. Ideally, this 116, because it completes or it makes a deeper retracement on the higher time frame, giving us confirmation of that higher move up. And so that's on the daily. I know we have not reached an extension to the upside, right? So let's see on the 4. For the sake of good practice, I'm going through and I am going to deploy my fibs, although I know what I'm gonna get. There we go. So on this setup right now, did I miss? I think I missed. No, is that lower? Hold on, y'all. I think I missed the level. This is the 4. I'm trying to click to see if I missed a level, and why won't this let me? Okay. So the low was 452. Oh, because this is lower. Is that right? Hold on. The low, 504. And this is, yeah, this is lower. So I missed the level on the 4 hour. This is a level of support as it stands right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So based on this setup, price is still at the 61.8. 61.8 fib level because it has not reached this blue level. So this is still considered 61.8. And you had a low, B high. You had just less than a 50% pullback, but price rejected strongly off of that weekly resistance level. So it had to pull back deeper before finishing this out on the daily. This aligns with the higher time frame setup. So I've got what I need on the move to the upside. I know that we're still overall in an uptrend. I want to go to the monthly and I want to look at the downside. Now the monthly, I'm not able to deploy a fib. I don't have enough information on the moves to the downside. We only have 3 candles. It doesn't give me a high and a low together in order to look at the fib. Same thing for the weekly. I don't have enough information to deploy a fib. So I'm going to go down to the daily and I'm going to see what we have here. So now this is the larger fib, right? This is the larger fib. This shows that the move is down to 122.747 overall on the daily. On the larger fib, the long-term move is to the downside. But if I look at this first fib, we have A high, B low, 50% pullback. We reached a D extension, right? So this correction, A, B, C, D, has happened. Right? The D was here, back here. And so now I'm interested to see if there's going to be a potential move to the upside. And so I want to look on the smaller fibs to give me a little bit of insight on that. And so what I'm going to do is, and I'll show you, I'll walk you through. I'm going to click above the last high. This is still giving me information on the overall fib, right? I want to see smaller. So I'm going to go down to my high here, click deploy. This gives me information about these smaller fibs, right? And so looking at this, I see an opportunity for a potential move to the upside short term before we finish out and, make our way down. So looking at this, I have an A high, I have a B low. As it stands right now, I don't even have a 23.6 pullback. So I could see price coming down and sitting or testing at this daily support if it can break through these 4-hour levels of support and making its way back up at least to this 12584 level or even higher at the 618 before making its move, to the downside. That's what I see. So what I'm going to do in order to see how I would enter this setup is I'm going to set this up for a potential buy. And this is the 4. Now, this would mean I have to wait till a week to determine if I'm going to get into the setup. And so I'm going to draw another trend line. I'm also going to mark off my 618 and 38.2 levels. So I can note that this is where it's at. All right. So I want to see how would I potentially get into this sooner if there's an opportunity sooner. So if price does not find support at this 4-hour level, which I could see it may potentially not, I could see price coming down to this daily support level and then starting to work its way back up in order to make those moves. I'm going to draw an inner trend line based off of the last high and set that up. Now I want to see from the last high. Oh no, it hit an extension down here. Yep. So price may find support at this 4-hour level. It could. But if it did not, I could definitely still see though it finishing out on the smaller fib at this D extension 123.815 and then making its way back up to hit that 38.2 on the 4-hour. So what I would wait to see is a change in direction. And so the change in direction for me is going to be a break above the downtrend line and then a test of that trend line on the other side. And then that would be signal to me for potential opportunity into the market. How I would set it up, let me deploy the fib from the 4 so y'all can see. The way that I would set this up would be placing my stop loss just below that daily level. And the reason that I would place it just below the daily level is because I found that price has high probability to reverse at significant levels like the daily, the weekly, or the monthly. And if it surpasses this daily level, it's the D extension is before a weekly level. So I would anticipate that price is going to come and hit this level, this D extension 123.173 before starting the fib sequence over again. And so it's my thought that if price is going to find support, it's going to find it at that daily level. And then I can start to see a move to the upside. Now, let me move this down. And I'm going to give price the chance to find support at this 4-hour level, but just note that I think it's likely going to come down to that daily level. So at the very minimum, I see potential for a move to the 38.2 on this smaller fib. And then if there may be opportunity for further room to the upside to the 61.8. That's what I see. So my thought is this is a potential, let's call it 50 pip stop loss for a potential 187 pip move to the upside at the very minimum. And then if we do get a deeper retracement to that 61.8, that's about 240 or so pips to that 618 level. So my bias right now, based on what I'm seeing structurally and then off the fibs, is going to be to the upside if we find support at this level. The alternative is that price continues, breaks below this daily level, breaks below this weekly level, or we find support at the weekly level, the sequence is finished, and then we start seeing price start moving to the upside. So I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, make sure that you consider giving the video a thumbs up. If you found it helpful, consider sharing it with a friend. And then if you're wanting to be around a community of people, no hype, no fluff, make sure you consider the Forex Facebook Mastermind group to join. And then if you're like, Kaci, I really like the way you mark up the chart and you look at the market, join the no cost mini course. I give you a few more details in that mini course for you to take a look at. All right. I appreciate you guys watching the video. And I will see you very soon. I wish you many pips on the upcoming week. I hope you have massive success in the market, and I will see you next time. Bye.